Hello everyone, welcome back to Analog IAS Prelims 2020 special, and today's video will be about environment. We are starting a new series on environment and the first topic would be Energy Conservation Act. Now before getting into the basics of this Energy Conservation Act, let us try to understand why this aspect of energy conservation is relevant for our study. Between 1920 and 2020, that is in the last 100 years, our population grew from nearly 30 crores to 130 crores. In this context, we have to understand that with the growing population, our energy needs are also increasing. So with the growth of economy, the demand for energy to drive that economy will also substantially increase. So high energy intensity with less efficiency is a problematic issue because our resources are very constrained. We cannot produce power beyond a capacity. So our economy must focus on least cost options rather than adopting sophisticated technology. So in this context, the government came up with the Energy Conservation Act of 2001 and established the Bureau of Energy Efficiency in March 2002. So this act provides for a legal framework. It tries to create an institutional arrangement about energy conservation and it also creates a regulatory mechanism. So what is the mandate of this act? We have various appliances like say for our ACs, refrigerators, fans, etc. In the previous generation, they would be producing less output for a lot of power. But the new age air conditioners or washing machines or refrigerators come out with a better energy efficiency and these are reflected in their ratings. Now these standards and labels are set out by the Act of Energy Conservation 2001. So the Bureau of Energy Efficiency is responsible for ensuring the implementation of these standards and labeling. The second aspect is of energy conservation in buildings. So a particular code tries to benefit the occupants and the environment by promoting energy efficiency in their design and construction of homes, apartments and townships. So India felt that there is a need for a code that will have the potential for saving energy which can be quantified in the units of electricity per year and how we can bring about this reduction in the carbon dioxide emissions by reducing the consumption of electricity. Also, our industries have a lot of demand for energy and often they are not optimized to ensure lower consumption of electricity. Even many state governments to incentivize various industries and agricultural sector provide indiscriminate power subsidies. So in order to advise on those kind of norms and also to ensure that energy intensive industries utilize electricity optimally, Bureau of Energy Efficiency and Energy Conservation Act help them in this manner. And finally, there is this establishment of Energy Conservation Fund both at the center and state level. Now, what is the mandate of this Energy Conservation Fund? The purpose of this Energy Conservation Fund is basically capacity building. Also, the central body, in order to build and strengthen the institutional or technical or financial capacities at state bodies, it gives out certain funds to ensure that states have the capacity to implement this act and also enforce various norms and procedures according to the Energy Conservation Act. The understanding of the purpose of the Energy Conservation Act is very useful for eliminating options in UPSC prelims. So you have to understand its mandate. One more important factual piece of information that is relevant for your exam is details about the Bureau of Energy Efficiency. Now the first point that UPSC examiner can confuse you with is asking whether this body is an executive body or a statutory body. This is a statutory body established in 2002 under the Energy Conservation Act of 2001. The second piece of information that can be used by UPSC examiner to confuse you is asking about the ambit under which Bureau of Energy Efficiency comes under. So this is an organization under Ministry of Power. Say if the UPSC examiner says this body is under Ministry of New and Renewable Energy, it is a mistake. People get confused with this often. Now, who is the ex officio chairman of this particular bureau? It is the Minister of Power. Note this point, it is very important. If the option says that the chairman is Prime Minister or Minister of Environment and Forest and Climate Change, or if they say Power Secretary, all these are false. Note this point again. We are talking about energy efficiency, and so this comes under the ambit of Ministry of Power. The ex officio chairman of the bureau is Minister of Power. Lastly, what is the mandate of this organization? Since it is a statutory body under EC Act, it is mandated with the implementation of the Energy Conservation Act. These are the details about Bureau of Energy Efficiency, very important for your prelims. Stay tuned for the rest of the lectures on energy efficiency. Thank you.